Speaker, then let the law follow its course. Because the Parliamentary Privileges Act, Mr. Speaker, as well as all other laws, provide for what you do with errant members of the public who fail to appear or honor parliamentary summons, Mr. Speaker. Parliamentary summons are equivalent, Mr. Speaker, to an order of the High Court of this Republic, and therefore can never be waived by a decision of people who are cooling breeze and enjoying themselves in Kilifi. Then they incite themselves like high school Form 2 students and say, oh, from today we can no longer appear before Senate. That cannot be entertained. Mr. Speaker, you cannot behave in an indignified manner. Then you want to address the House from all the corners of the country saying, oh, we shall come or we shall not come. That can never be waived. Not even you, not even this House, Mr. Speaker, because the Constitution sits at the apex of constitutional order in this country, Mr. Speaker. And it has placed a responsibility on this House on what to do when there are matters that are of concern. I would have appreciated, Mr. Speaker, what I expect a decent governor to do. If you feel you have been harassed by a member of a certain committee, somebody has reached out to you inappropriately, Mr. Speaker, you write to the Speaker and say, I have an issue that I need to bring to your attention, because you're the umpire of this House. You're the one that ensures that everything that we do, how we operate, Mr. Speaker, is in accordance with the law, statute, and the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Then you would have guided them on how to file before the Powers and Privilege Committee, a committee completely different from any other in this House, Mr. Speaker. And this has happened before. It's not the first time. Last time we had mention of such incidences. Yet, finally, Mr. Speaker, when those matters were investigated, when those members of the who are complaining were invited to appear before that committee, Mr. Speaker, they had nothing to share. Unfortunately, they had already besmirched the House, said very unhelpful things about this particular House, Mr. Speaker. That cannot be allowed to continue, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I appreciate that you have put it on record that any governor who fails to appear before any committee of the House, as expected by the full law, the necessary sanctions must take, Mr. Speaker, President as expected, Mr. Speaker, because we cannot waive that duty, Mr. Speaker, at the altar of political convenience, Mr. Speaker. The last thing that I want to say to you colleagues is that our duty is not a very easy one. Members of the Senate are perhaps the only members actually of elected leadership positions in the country who handle no other public funds except their salary. And that should never be construed to mean that we are cheap people, that we are people that can easily be enticed, Mr. Speaker, so that any time people interact with us, if somebody asks difficult questions and you believe that maybe there's something they want from you, that is not an accurate representation of who we are as a House of Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I register my appreciation to you and to the leadership of this House for that very wise decision, Mr. Speaker. Let them appear so that on the 26th, I want them to come. Because there are many difficult questions beyond even, you know, Mr. Speaker, for the record, that have been an advocate saying, I don't feel that the park is doing even enough than what we need to do. Each of us here, from the counties that we represent, there are more difficult questions that are being asked by Wananchi and the people that we represent than what is even being asked in park, Mr. Speaker. And it is our duty to ensure that we represent our constituents, ask the right question so that devolution succeeds, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I look forward to that interaction on that particular day, hoping that it will put this matter to rest so that we can be back to our constitutional duty of ensuring that devolution succeeds in the Republic of Kenya. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, I think in the wisdom of the Speaker, he has allowed me to speak. I am not accused. It is a House that is accused. And I must speak for the House rather than for myself. I have seen my name circulating in what I would call gutter press. It does not scare me. What scares me is the point when this House becomes neutered, rendered weak and ineffective, and micromanaged by the Council of Governors. That must be the focus. It is not about Kajwang or Sifuna or Cherarkei or Mwaruma. It is about this institution where I've chosen to serve for the last 10 years. Mr. Speaker, we have never had a situation where the Council of Governors attempts to define and dictate who sits in which committee. It is unfortunate that today, the Council of Governors has close to 5 governors who have been ranking members of this House. The former Speaker of this House, the former Minority Leader of this House, the former Majority Whip of this House, the former Chair of the Public Accounts Committee of this House, the former Minority Whip of this House. We would have expected that over the years, relationships between governors and Senate would improve. Indeed, the Senate is fulfilling its end of the bargain. Every year, we are engaged in conflict with the National Assembly and the National Treasury as we fight for more resources to go to county governments. This year, Mr. Speaker, we have committed ourselves to transfer not less than 450 billion. And when I looked at the dispatch from the cabinet this week, Mr. Speaker, I think the figure that the presidency indicated is going to go to county governments is 495.7 billion. Just a few billions shy of 500 billion. Now, that is a work of the Senate. We have delivered our bit of the bargain. Can't the governors just style up? Can't the governors just take a day? And we're not calling for a week or months, just one day to account for how they're using those resources. Mr. Speaker, if we do not stand up for this House, today it would be Kajwang chairing the committee. Tomorrow it would be my brother, the Majority Whip, chairing the committee. But if that sword of Damocles coming from the Council of Governors is not severed, then this House will not be able to do anything. In a properly functioning financial system, when you are given money, you account for it before you get more. Over the last 10 years, we have not done so. Mr. Speaker, it is time for us to come up with a framework where if you are giving counties 495 billion, before they come for more, they must account. And that must be the insistence. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank this chair. I want to thank the Speaker and the leadership of this House for not reducing this to an individual problem. And Mr. Speaker, you reached out and spoke with us in the Public Accounts Committee and Public Investments Committee and told us do not go on the defensive because it is not you as individuals. This is a coordinated attack on the institution of the Senate. And you, Mr. Speaker, and the leadership and all members of this House have spoken in unison. Mr. Speaker, allegations have been made against us. Allegations that have not been substantiated, have not been supported by evidence. The rules of debate in this House is that if you cannot substantiate an allegation, you withdraw and apologize. And members here have never hesitated to invoke that particular standing order. Mr. Speaker, I want to challenge the accusers that if they have evidence, let them do it in a proper manner, let them substantiate, and if they cannot substantiate, let them withdraw, let them apologize. Mr. Speaker, the damage has already been done. On the other hand, we as senators, the evidence of theft in county governments is documented. It is in the reports of the Auditor General. Mr. Speaker, in Tharaka Nithi, 35 million was used to buy an incinerator. The EACC has recommended that the DPP press charges. Nothing has happened. Mr. Speaker, let's put it in context because we throw around numbers. 35 million for an average Kenyan earning 30,000 shillings a month. That is his salary for 97 years. 97. Mr. Speaker, in the county of Vihiga, 5 million spent on housewarming is not our invention. It is verifiable, it is in the audit report, it is the documents of the county. A Kenyan earning 30,000 a month, that's his salary for 14 years. In Bungoma, Mr. Speaker, 3.9 million spent on lighting a Christmas tree in September. And I'm happy that the EACC has already swiftly swung in to investigate the matter. 3.9 million for a Kenyan earning 30,000 is his salary for 10 years. Mr. Speaker, in Mandera, 55 million spent on seedlings in a period of drought. 55 million for a Kenyan earning 30,000 is a Kenyan salary for 152 years. None of us is going to live long enough to earn that kind of money. In Embu, 10 million used on a border event. 10 million for a Kenyan earning 30,000 a month is a salary for 28 years.